Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today is my luxury beauty empties. Now last year I kept them all and I never ended up doing any videos. So the amount that I've got in front of me, and it's a lot, it's from the start of this year. So I don't want this video to go on too long. So I am going to keep an eye on the time while I go through this. I want it to be about 25 minutes, so there may be a second part to this video. We'll see how we get on. So in here I've got a few pieces of makeup, mainly skincare, and I've also got some hair care as well, and I haven't sorted it out into different piles, so I've just grabbed some things off the top, and there may be more in this box. Now I do throw some of these out, but here are just some of my favorite sunscreen. This is the Canmake Sunscreen. I talk about it all the time in my videos. I absolutely love it. I use this a lot. I use it every day, 365 days of the year, sun, rain, just all the time. And I've been doing that for about the past 4 to 5 years. And I use 1/4 teaspoon of this on my face and another 1/4 teaspoon on my neck and chest as well. So one of these tubes, it lasts me 2 weeks. I keep one in the bathroom, so I pop it on when I finish my skincare in the morning, and then I have another tube on my table here, and I usually pop it on about 10 to 15 minutes before I put on my makeup or before I'm doing a video. Next is the Lewisham product. This is a New Zealand brand, but it's also for sale at Harrods as well. She has quite a few items in her skincare line. I love her products. I have about 2 or 3 on the go at the moment. And this was actually a luxury sample scent from Beckham Beauty. And this is the Skin Reset Face Serum. I use this in the mornings as well. I think it's called the Supernatural Vital Face Elixir or something like that. And I also have a full size of this as well. But it was great that Becca sent me this. There was at least 5 to 10 mils in here, so it was really generous. And I will link this below if you want to check it out. She does international shipping from her website here in New Zealand. This product I've spoken about a couple of times. This is in a favorite and fails video, and this is a fail for me. And this is the Chanel. This is the water to foam cleanser, and there is a tiny bit in there. Not that it's a fail and that it does anything bad for my skin, but it just hasn't got any type of wow factor, and it just doesn't seem to do a whole lot, so I won't be repurchasing this again. Then we've got a toner. This is, I think this is a Korean one, and this is Pyongkang Yul. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. This is an essence toner, and I purchased this from Yes Style. It doesn't have a fragrance. The packaging is really lovely, and this is a beautiful essence toner. It has a silkiness to it and is also deeply moisturizing as well. And even though I've got oily skin, I do look for in a toner that is hydrating, because then I don't have to put on any heavy moisturizers during the day. I still put on a moisturizer for the day as well as my sunscreen, but I don't have to put on anything too heavy, because even though you have oily skin, it can still be dehydrated. So it's really important that you hydrate your skin, and I'd recommend this. It's a really beautiful product. Then we've got a niacinamide, and this is the Sunday Riley. Now I purchased this because I usually use for a niacinamide, it's the Good Molecules one. They are a fantastic price from Beautylish, and you can buy them in sets of 2 or 3, but I'd run out and I hadn't placed another order, so I picked up this one. I love this. I think it goes beautifully on the skin. It layers well over my other products and doesn't interfere with my makeup either, because with niacinamide I use it every single morning, so I need it to, as I was saying, layer well with my skincare, and also it goes really well with my makeup. I love niacinamide, one of my staple products. Next we have a vitamin C, and this is the CosRx, and I think this one might be, this is 23%, and it has a dropper. And this one was, I think you can get this from Yes Style, but this one was gifted to me as a present from my friend Lauren in America, and she gave it to me when I was over there. I used it all up. I think this is a great vitamin C, and this is also a really good brand as well. And there may be other places you can purchase CosRx from, but I do get mine, if I'm going to purchase it, I pick it up from Yes Style. Then I've got a mascara, because it's probably not empty, but I don't keep them any longer than 3 months. And this is the Victoria Beckham. This is the Varslash. This is her most recent mascara. The packaging on this is very luxurious and feels nice and weighty in the hand. This is a really lovely mascara. I wouldn't say it adds a ton of volume or a huge amount of length, but it is a really lovely mascara. Doesn't clump, doesn't transfer, and it also washes off easily just with warm water. And next in here, this is a prescription that I get, and this is the Retrieve Cream, and this is tretinoin, and I use this nearly every night in my skincare routine. The nights that I don't use it is if I've used a stronger AHA or other type of acid. Like last night I used the Drunk Elephant. That's the, I think it's 25% AHA and 2% BHA. So if I'm using something quite strong like that, then I don't use retinol that night, but every other night I use this on my face, and I also use it on the back of my hands as well. I don't use it on my neck and chest because my skin's just far too sensitive, but I do use a lower form of retinol, and at some stage I will chat to you about that either in an empties video like this or one of my favorite and fails video. And in the box I've got 2 more of my favorite sunscreens. And next is another mascara. This is the Lancome. This is the Hypnose one. This has really beautiful packaging. It is glass, but I just didn't like the mascara. I didn't use it very often. It has a decent size brush on it, not too small, not too big, but I found the mascara a little bit clumpy when I popped it on. Now, sometimes that can happen when you first open a mascara, so I do give them a chance, but I think even after 3 or 4 uses, I wasn't really that impressed with it. Now, I did purchase this a little while ago, probably when it was just released, and only used it this year, I think it was. So maybe the formula was a bit old, but it really shouldn't be, since I hadn't opened it or anything like that. I think it's just the formula of the mascara that I don't really like. Now, there's probably people that really love this mascara, and that's great if you do, but mascara can be quite a personal thing. I certainly have my favorites, and I do try out new ones to see if I can find that new holy grail, but this one wasn't it. And we've got another sunscreen and another mascara. As I said, I don't keep them longer than 3 months. Now, this is a drugstore one, and this is really good. This is the Maybelline. This is the Sky High one. This has a really great brush on it. I think this is just the perfect type of width for me. And this mascara is beautiful. It gives good volume. It also gives a little bit of length as well. It doesn't clump, it doesn't smudge or transfer throughout the day, and a really good price point. And I would purchase this again. It's just that I try out a whole lot of other mascaras. But if I was out somewhere for the day, or if I'd gone away and realized I didn't pack any mascara, then I would just rush into one of our local pharmacies or places that sell this, and I would pick one up. Really good mascara. And this was the other niacinamide that I was telling you about. This is the Good Molecules one, and this is the larger bottle, and I'm really pleased they do come in these larger sizes now. And like I was saying, I think you can pick these up in sets of 2 or 3. So this is the niacinamide serum. It is 10%. This is beautiful. Now, I've also tried the ordinary niacinamide serum, but there's something a bit strange about that. It sort of almost foams up a little bit on my skin, so I didn't really like the feeling that it gave or the way that it sat on my skin. But this one here, the Good Molecules, it's a fantastic price point, and it is a really good serum. We have another makeup item, and this is the NARS. This is the eyeshadow primer. Love this. Now, I only recently tried this. Was it the beginning of this year or towards the end of last year? I can't remember. This sells out really quickly here in New Zealand. Mecca stock it, and often it's sold out. So I try and keep an eye on it and buy a backup when I can. Absolutely love this, and I'm wearing it today as well. And I actually need to go into the Mecca site today and see if I've got any, because I've just opened the new one and I definitely want a backup. I think this is fabulous. It just keeps my oily lids from being too oily, and it just has a really beautiful formula, easy to put on, and even though it keeps your skin from not being too oily, it's not too dry neither. I absolutely love it. Next is a Bobbi Brown. This was a limited edition, not from last year, I think the year before, and this is the Soothing Cleansing Oil. This is a great oil, and years ago when I started double cleansing, before I changed up my skincare routine completely and added acids and vitamin C's and other things, what I used to do was always double cleanse at night and then put on a toner and then a moisturizer. Now, one of the first ones, I think the first one I purchased when I started double cleansing it's the Dermalogical one, but then I tried the Bobbi Brown, and this is beautiful. So this is an oil, and it just feels beautiful going on. It has great slip. It is lightly fragranced, but very subtle and really effective at removing your makeup. And this one you can also just rub over your eyes as well and gently remove all your eye makeup, including your mascara. So this is the first step for my double cleanse, and then I go in with whatever cleanser that I'm using at that time. And next is an ordinary product, and this one is the Copper Peptides. Now, I use peptides every single night, and if I can get my hands on it, I do purchase one that is copper peptides instead of just the ordinary type of ones. And at the moment, one was gifted to me, and it comes in more of a cream, but it's got copper peptides in it as well, and I really love that. Now, this has a dropper system, and it is, I'll just hold up, there's a tiny bit there left. It is like a light blue liquid, as you can see. This is really lovely. It goes on really well. The one that's been gifted to me, and I will mention it more in a future video, it is of a cream consistency, and that feels really beautiful going on as well. But copper peptides, I think, are just fantastic when it comes to skincare. And we have more sunscreen, and this is the Lancome. This is the eye makeup remover, and I purchased this when I was in America last year. I can get hold of it here in New Zealand, but while I was with my friends over there and we went to Sephora, I decided to pick this up. Now, I think this is really good, but I don't think it's a game changer in any way. I think I would probably get either my Chanel one or the Clinique one that I really like, and I think I've got an empty of that in here. It's really good. I don't think it does as good a job as the other ones that I just mentioned. But again, this type of thing can be a bit more personal. It really depends what people prefer. Now, when it comes to removing my eye makeup, I saturate a cotton pad and I rest it on my eye for about 10 to 20 seconds and then just gently wipe the makeup off. And if it does wipe off that way, then that's a really good sign that it's a makeup remover. And this did. I think I had to go over a few more times. Of course, it was dependent on the eye makeup that I was wearing. If it was more pigmented, or I had a mascara that just gives a really deep type of pigment, and then you need to just wipe a little bit more. So overall, it was really nice, but probably won't purchase it again. So this is the one that I was talking about. This is the Clinique. This is the Take the Day Off one. I love this, and I prefer this over the Lancome one. And I think I've purchased this about 2 or 3 times. My friend Liz from Chicago Law Luxury Makeup, I think that was the one that she really loves as well. And when this is on sale here in New Zealand, then I pick this up. This is really good. And for me, I think this one does a better job than that Lancome one. And let's stay with eye makeup removers. This is the Chanel one, and I'm going to purchase a backup of this. At the bottom here, if you can see, there's a little bit left, and it is a blue color. This is really good at taking off makeup, and it just has a beautiful formula. Again, I just saturate the cotton pad, just rest it on my eyes for about 10 seconds, and then gently wipe the makeup off. And this does a fantastic job of it, and I will place another order and get one. And next we've got the La Mer. This is the cleansing foam. Love this. Now, I think this may have been reformulated. I have purchased a few of the La Mer products that have now been reformulated. So if they have reformulated this and I'm still able to get my hands on it, I would purchase this again. I love this. You only need a tiny amount and it just foams up beautifully. With a cleanser, I do love one that really foams up, and this is a really good job, and I usually use it when I double cleanse at night. So I use either a balm or an oil and then go in with a cleanser, and this does a really beautiful job. And as I was saying, I do really like a cleanser that foams up. I don't know why, it's just something personal for me. I always feel like it's really getting in and cleaning, and especially when I wear makeup and with my oily skin, I do love to give my skin a really good clean. Love this. Like I said, if it has been reformulated, I will pick up another one and see what it's like and see whether it's as good as this one. We've got the Chanel. This is the mattifying primer, and this is the one that I use a lot, as you would have seen in my other videos. I love this, and I purchased another one before this one was empty, and I'll do the same when I'm near the end of my other one. I absolutely love this. It's not too drying down, but it serves as a really good base before I put on my foundation. Just love it. And this is also a really good primer. This is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush primer. This was released maybe not last year, the year before, and this is the second bottle that I have gone through. I haven't purchased another one, but I will. This is absolutely beautiful, and although I love the Chanel one, this is really beautiful as well, and highly recommend it. Next is some Paula Choice. These are the vitamin C's. One comes with, it's a dropper, and the other one is in a cream formula. Now the one that's in the cream formula we can't get here in New Zealand, so I picked up 2 of these when I was in the States last year, and I'm actually using the second one at the moment. Now out of the 2, I do prefer the cream one, and the reason for that is because I use niacinamide, and apparently you're supposed to, after you've popped vitamin C on, you're supposed to leave it for 3 or 4 minutes before you then put on your niacinamide or even some other actives as well, where when vitamin C is in a cream formula, it's more stable. So I can pop on this one and then straight away go in with my niacinamide. I do really like this one. This one goes on beautifully on the skin as well. It's just that I do prefer a cream one, just so that I can go in straight away with my niacinamide and other skincare products. Then we've got another La Mer product, and this is the moisturizing matte lotion. And even though it says matte lotion, it doesn't mattify your skin down, so it really dries it down. You look like a prune or anything like that. The packaging is just absolutely beautiful. What it does is that it's more thinner in texture, so it's more suited to those with oily skin like I have, probably even combination skin as well. So really with these products, when they say that it is matte, it's just that it's not thick like some other moisturizers. Now I do wear thicker moisturizers, but only at night. But for something like this is perfect for me during the daytime, and I would repurchase this again. It's really beautiful. So I don't think I am going to get through them all. I think I'm just over halfway through, and I've just looked, I think this video is going for about 20 minutes. So I'll just end with one more product. Now I talked about how I double cleanse at night, and I use an oil or a balm or even something like a lotion. I've mentioned the Guerlain one, that's just stunning. And this one is the Eve Lom Cleanser. This is beautiful. I love this alongside also there's the Elemis cleanser as well that I absolutely love. I've used up all of this. This is also not just a cleansing balm, but also exfoliates as well. Now it is a very gentle type of exfoliating, but this is just gorgeous, and I think this is one of the Eve Lom's most popular products. Now this was a travel size, but when you purchase the bigger one, I think it also comes with some cloths as well to wipe the product off. Now this is a little bit more oilier in texture, and I can just smell it now. So it is fragrance, but I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And just like with the Elemis, it's a little bit more oilier in texture. So you really do need to go in with just a normal cleanser afterwards. I mean, I do anyway, because I always double cleanse. But when something's a bit more oilier based, then you really do need to cleanse afterwards. But I absolutely love this. I would repurchase this again. And there's a whole lot of other cleansers that I use as well. At the moment, I have 3 cleansers opened up, and just depending on which one I decide to use, that's the one I use that night. So at the moment, I've got open, it is the Guerlain one. Just beautiful. It's like a thick moisturizing lotion, a very old-fashioned way of taking off your makeup, and just is beautiful. I've mentioned it before. I've also got open a La Prairie one, and I've also got open a Elemis one at the moment as well, but I love this, and I think I also have a bigger size one of this in my cupboard. When I've used up one of my other cleansing balms, then I'll put this back into rotation as well. Just love it. So I'm going to leave it there. I think this video is going to be, like I said, about 20-25 minutes long, and then I'll do a second part to this video as well. So that's it for today's video. I would love it if you gave it a like and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.